Hi guys, I'm Charlie Book Fanatic, and today I'm going to do a series I will not finish video. Also, do you like this dent in the refrigerator? Because I do. So I have quite a few series I'm not planning on finishing, but I weeded them out and I'm going to talk about quite a lot of popular series I'm not going to finish to keep it a bit, you know, controversial. First of all, I'm going to say the series I will not finish is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I read Anna and the French Kiss twice. The first time I absolutely loved it, but I wasn't interested in the rest of the series anyway because I was only interested in the premise of the first story and I wasn't really interested in a character such as Lola, and also wasn't interested in Josh as a love interest. So I didn't finish that one, and then I reread Anna and the French Kiss this year, and I absolutely didn't like it because there was cheating in this book. And since the first time I read it, which was I think 2014, and now I've grown more mature and I have a radar. I really can't stand cheating. When I read it in a book, I immediately dislike the character. I can't like a character anymore. And since this book was a romance, you know how that goes. ATN wasn't my book crush anymore. The second series is Percy Jackson and the Olympians by Riordan. And I have the first book, which is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, still in my room. And I said I was going to unhaul it in my book unhaul, and I will eventually, but... I read the first book, did not like it. Lots of people love this series and they say it's so humorous and they laugh a lot, but this is a middle grade series and I just think I'm not really into middle grade, if you know what I mean. I didn't see the humor in it at all. I didn't laugh one time. I really did not like it. The third series is the most controversial one on this list, I think. And that is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. Well, I read the first book, then I reread the first book, and then I read the second book, and I've never read the third book, because the second time I read the first book, and the first time I read the second book, I was bored. I'm just going to say, I was so bored. I couldn't care less about what happened to these characters. I didn't grow fond of them, I didn't see the attraction in Will or in Jem, like either of them. I didn't feel any connection to Tessa. I was bored. I didn't like what was happening in the books. I couldn't care less and I had to drag myself through them. Fourth series, did that right, didn't I? The fourth series is the Vicious series by V.E. Schwab, and Vicious was a standalone book at first, but it's now a duology, I believe. I read Vicious, obviously, and people were raving about this, like, this book has such morally ambiguous characters, and everyone loved it. Everyone raved about, like, it was the first book ever with morally grey characters. Like, there wasn't ever a character before these characters that did things that were good and were bad, you know? Like, there wasn't a good guy and there wasn't a bad guy. Even though Eli was a bad guy. Like, I didn't see any good in him. I'm sorry. I was just like, okay, he believed he was doing good, but he was an asshole. And Victor, I liked Victor. And, you know, he did some bad things, obviously, but the ending of the book was so unsatisfying, and that's maybe because the reason why it's getting a sequel, but I didn't see it. Because it was the first book I had read with morally ambiguous characters and I wasn't blown away by it. And I actually don't feel compelled to pick another book up by V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab. I wasn't really impressed with the writing style. I didn't really like it. And the fifth series is the If I Stay duology by Gayle Forman, and If I Stay I read. I even watched the movie. Like, this was such a weird experience for me because I didn't remember watching the movie, but I watched the movie before I read the book, I believe. So I liked the movie, was okay, meh. And then I decided to read the book. And I read the book, and then I finished it. And I was like, maybe I should have read the book before I watched the movie. Maybe I would have liked it more then, but, like, it was so alike, you know? The movie and the book was so alike. I was bored also while reading this. I didn't like it. I didn't like the writing style. I didn't like anything about it. I didn't like Mia, the main character. I didn't like her love interest. I didn't think it was realistic at all. No. We have a Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth. I've only read the first book, which was my laptop, which was Divergent. And I read through it like this, like so fast. It was so fast paced. I liked it. Wasn't blown away by it because I've read the Hunger Games, the whole trilogy, and I don't think I'm made for dystopia. Like, I liked the Hunger Games trilogy, I loved it, but I don't feel compelled to read more dystopia, if you know what I mean. The Divergent trilogy is so popular, but I've also heard so much like negative reviews from that series that I don't really feel compelled to read on. Also, I've been spoiled pretty badly for Allegiance, like practically everyone on this planet. The next series is maybe a little less popular, and that's the Geek Girl series by Smale, which has infinite amount of books in this series and still coming out. I've read the first book, and it's supposed to be about this geeky girl who's really funny, and she's scouted to be a model, and she's just nerdy and geeky, and she doesn't know how to handle it. It's supposed to be humorous as well as Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't laugh. I was like, this would never happen in real life. No one is that clumsy. No one has that much. Like, the ending, it also wrapped up so conveniently. I was like, no, that is not how real life goes, girl. You are lucky to have that kind of life. And the last series I'm going to talk about is the Maze Runner trilogy by James Dashner. And I'm going to be honest here, I've read the first book and I've seen the first movie, and I thought the movie was so good. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the action sequences and everything in that. It was so much better than the book. Like, I liked the book, but I think I'm going to stick to the movies because, so I'm going to continue on with the series, but only in movie form, like a movie format. Yeah, I don't feel like I want to continue on with the series because the movies are so good, and I feel like the movie really stuck to the book, and I can just move on with the story and the plot by just watching the movies. Also, the Grievous in the movie was so scary. Like, I didn't know what to expect when I read the book. Like, I really didn't know what these Grievous were, except for that they were dangerous. But when I watched the movie, I was like, these things are effing scary. Like, no. I would not want to be in a maze. I would not want to be Thomas, like, at all. So these were a couple of series I will not continue on with. I obviously have a lot more, but I left them out because they weren't as popular as the ones I just named. Let me know down below which one of these series did you like, which one of these series will you not continue on with, what other series will you not continue on with, do you disagree with me, do you agree with me? Let me know down below. So, thank you for watching, goodbye!